All right, whenever you're ready.
Noah, just talk about your first semester plus on campus. How are you adjusting to college life and the college game so far?
To be honest, the change has been relatively similar to me. After leaving my home at 14, moving to Florida to attend IMG, coming to TCU and just college in general has been pretty easy as a change. Being around a new group of people has clicked on very well for me, especially with my teammates. They're now brothers to me. We do everything together, and just being around them all day, from school, all throughout the night, at the field, or hanging around each other is just a great opportunity.
Randy just mentioned it. You were just named Big 12 preseason freshman of the year. Just what does that recognition mean to you?
I'm truly honored too. At the same time, work's not done. Season's not started, and there's a lot of work to be put in for the team. Not only for us as a group, but we all have one goal, and that's to win Omaha. So that's all we're working for day by day.
Noah, talk about this freshman class, obviously yourself included. What do you guys bring to this TCU team that can really spur this team on to having a really special season?
I mean, overall, we have a top 10 recruiting class just from the freshmen singularly. And from the names of me, Sawyer Stroh-Snyder, Mason Brassfield, Trevor Baumler, and then even other guys like Andrew Carter, all the other freshmen. It's a great group of guys, a lot of arm heavy. So that comes big because arms could go down pretty quick, and just knowing you have backup, it will play big into a long season. And just on the hitting wise, I mean, the younger guys pretty much dominate the lineup.
When you saw that lineup coming in, freshmen, did your eyes get big? What did you think about when you saw what was going to be around you here?
Yeah, just looking at it is just really fun. Just knowing it's going to be really exciting for my years here at TCU, and just knowing the legacy you have to leave with you and your peers.
Is it what you expected, and kind of where'd you make your biggest improvements in the fall?
Definitely what I expected. Just knowing Coach Mo coming back was a big key factor, and just knowing Sarlos on the mound and Sarlos as the head coach alongside with the other coaching staff was big, because having Mo amplify back his hitting situations back with this group of guys is just big, and it's going to play a lot into the year.
Can you talk a little bit more about Coach Mo and the impact that he's kind of had on you as a hitter? Have you been able to make any adjustments in the first half of this year that have been driven by Coach Mo?
Yeah, definitely. Mainly it's just simplifying everything. Not trying to do too much, not trying to press. At the end of the day, everyone's talented here. It's just knowing you have talent. Just go out there and have fun.
Talk about some of the older guys, Ben Abeldt and Silva, that kind of junior, senior class, just how they shown up as leaders so far this year.
It's been great to be around them. Not only to be around them at practice, but even in the fall with the inter-squad games, being able to inter-squad play against them, either facing them on the mound or facing Abeldt in the box. It's a really good competition with knowing what these guys have done in their years here with USA and first-year All-Americans, freshman All-Americans, just knowing what you are getting yourself into with the guys you're about to go to battle with.
All right.
Perfect.
Thank you.
All right, Ben, just talk about year 3 here. You went through another fall. Just talk about your process, how you've improved this fall, and what your expectations are for yourself and for the team this spring.
So the big thing for the process this year was to really develop the changeup. I feel like that's going to be huge going into the spring, especially taking on a different role as a starter, because you're going to need that third pitch. And also going into the season as a starter, we're focusing more on really just limiting pitch counts, almost throwing it down the middle and hoping they hit it. But it's going to be a lot of early in the counts working ahead and using that changeup a lot.
How excited are you to get this season going and seeing players wrapped around you and what you guys can accomplish?
I'm super pumped. I'm really looking forward to it. We have a younger team this year, but we bond really well. We've meshed really well, and I feel like this is a team that can be extremely successful this year.
Some of these preseason accolades for you, kind of how does that play into your preparation and kind of the pride that you've taken and to get to this point?
It's an honor, it really is. I really have to make sure that I don't think about it too much, just because all this preseason stuff is cool, but it doesn't mean anything at the end of the day. It just means where I'm supposed to be. And so I'm really trying to just, put that on the back burner, not think about it too much, and really just go out there and try to play my game.
Ben, you have a really unique arm slot and really a leg kick as well. Does that always come naturally to you, or is that something that maybe you gained a little inspiration from when you were playing younger? Sure,
yeah. It's been something that's always natural. They've always tried to get me to step straight up and throw over the top, but that never came naturally to me. So we finally just let it go about the beginning of freshman year of high school, and kind of just took it and ran with it.
You mentioned the freshman class. Just what's your impression been of them on the field so far?
Hard workers, real scrappy group, real eager to learn. I'm really excited to see what they do.
Last year you led the team in appearances, 26, a lot of times out of the bullpen. How do you adjust your preparation now that you probably won't see as many appearances as a starter? How do you prepare for that longevity, trying to throw 100 pitches, something like that?
It's more of this year is going to be more of a routine based. So last year, I just try to get my throwing in when I could, try to long toss when I could. But this year it's going to be a lot of, all right, I need to do this on this day, and I need to long toss on this day, and it's really nailing that routine down that's going to help be successful.
Sarlos mentioned that the return of Coach Mo has allowed him to kind of focus on the pitchers more. How has that changed your development throughout the fall?
It's changed a little bit just because we're doing a lot more pitcher-based things, and it's not as much of a, hey, we're going to do bunt defenses for 45 minutes. We're going to do it for 15 minutes, but it's going to be 15 minutes of great reps.
We're going with the same walk-up song this year?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
That's it. Think we're good.
Okay, just talk about being back this year, what you took in through the fall, and just how you started to prepare for this season.
Yeah, I think this fall was really good. This group is special. I think that this being my fourth year, this isn't a group that's been like the other ones. All groups have been talented, but this group found a way to mesh really, really quickly. And so I think it just speaks kind of to the leadership and bringing in the right guys. And so this fall was awesome. I think that everybody picked up on stuff quickly. Off the field, we spent a lot of time together just getting to know each other. We talked a lot about, in this season, you're willing to put it all on the line, you're willing to die for your guys, but you're not going to die for somebody you don't know, you don't care about. And so I think that we put a lot of emphasis on loving our guys, caring about them. And so I'm just hoping that everything we picked up in the fall and everything we're carrying with us right now will just lead to success in the spring, but that's a day-by-day thing and not something we're chasing.
We've seen you in a couple different roles throughout your career, midweek starter, out of the bullpen, long relief. What do you kind of think your role is in this team with this group this year?
Yeah, something that I made very clear to Sarlos, when I made the decision to come back was I'm going to do whatever it takes to help this team win. Obviously I was hurt for the team that went to Omaha, and luckily enough, Sarlos let me be there for that. And so seeing that is something that I want to be able to experience again, and I want to win a national championship for this school. So if that's starter, if that's midweek, if that's relief, if that's throwing once every 2 weeks, I don't care. I want this team to win, and I want us to do something this school has never done before. So,
what's your impression then of the freshman class and some of the other new faces that have been here?
Once again, it speaks to the guys that we bring in, and kind of the whole recruitment process of this place is we don't just bring in guys because they're good. Everybody's good, but it takes something special to have what it takes to be here. These freshmen picked up really quickly on the things that we do and the things we care about, and they've earned the respect to be able to say I may be a freshman, but I can stand my own. And so we're expecting a lot of the freshmen and the other new guys that have picked up their stuff as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I asked Ben, so I'll ask you as well. Coach Mo comes back. That allows Sarlos to kind of focus on the pitchers more. Has that changed your preparation or your method any?
Yeah, well, my freshman year, Coach Mo was here, and Sarlos was able to do a lot with pitching, and I wouldn't say that him having more, focus on the pitchers has really affected me necessarily. I do my thing regardless of who's necessarily giving me the attention for that, but I am happy that he's going to be able to help us a lot this spring. He's really talented. Obviously he was a big leaguer, so he knows what he's talking about, and so we want all of our guys to listen to it and take it seriously, and hopefully that leads to success on the mound.
Been here a while, and you've seen a lot of different incarnations of this team. What gives you the confidence going into this season that this team can make a run into the playoffs?
Yeah, like I said, this group is just different. And I think that it's never been a talent thing for any TCU team. At least since I've been here, it's always been, just the group itself. How quickly can we get on board and all pull in the right direction? Because like you see, it's not always the good teams that are the ones that just straight up win, but it's the ones that are close and the ones that are just willing to die for their teammates and just do what it takes to get to the next game. And so this team, I see a lot of that. And so these guys it's going to be the closeness of our group that's going to, pull the most weight, regardless of who can hit the most home runs, who can have the most strikeouts, stuff like that.
What has your focus been from a pitching perspective this fall? Are you working on new pitches? Are you working on better sequencing? Just how have you been approaching your fall?
Yeah, for me, as soon as last year was over, I then took the time to go look back at stats and whatnot, but I had too many walks last year, and I think that throwing strikes is the name of the game. It doesn't matter, how much your breaking ball spins or how hard you throw. You got to throw strikes, get people out. And so for me, the main focus has just been hunting the zone, just trying to split the plate in half, get to the outer inner half of it, and just trying to fill it up.
As a guy that's received draft attention a couple different times in your life, especially last year getting drafted, what went into your decision coming back to TCU, coming back to play for Kirk Sharpness this year?
Yeah, anybody who asks, I tell them the same thing, is I'm not a money-motivated guy. I'm not chasing, money or fame or legacy. I'm a people person. And so when I had to make the decision, it ultimately came down to there's somebody here who needed me to share my, experiences. Freshman year, I wasn't doing so well. Sophomore year got hurt, had to go through that. And so I think just being able to share my experience with somebody who is going through it so they don't have to go through what I went through. So ultimately, it's just, I love this school more than anything, and I kind of owe all of my maturity and growth to it, especially the leadership of the coaches. So for me, it's just trying to help these guys and see how far we can make this thing.
Anything else for